Okay.
Yeah, a couple of things here. Me and Paprika's finest, Daryl and German, dominated a game of Marvel trivia tonight at a brewery in Denver, North Carolina.
So you're feeling pretty good tonight.
We left town to do this.
Denver. How far away is Denver, North Carolina?
From my house is about 20 minutes. It's not that far. But, yeah, we went out there. Decimated.
So you knew this was going on, and you're like, we can win this. So you went specifically...
We went out there to just run the fucking show, and we did. We only missed one question all night, and I have issues with it.
You didn't like their answer.
The question was, in what year did the Spider-Man villain Venom debut in the comics?
Oh, that's going to be, what, 87?
You're very close. All right, so the answer is 88. And it was a multiple choice thing.
Uh-huh.
And we're sitting there, and we're not looking at anything. We're just kind of going on our own memories. And the options were like 84, 1990, 1996, and something outrageous. I don't know what the fourth one was. And we were like, well, okay. Now, if they're talking about the year the symbiote costume debuted in Secret Wars,
right,
that would be about 1984. But if they're talking about the year that Venom, a character created by Todd McFarlane and David Michelinie, debuted in the comics, that is much closer to 1990. So we went 1990 and missed it, and I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. You know?
Well, what's the first appearance of Venom?
The first appearance of Venom would be Amazing Spider-Man 299, I think.
And that's what they were going by?
No, it's not. They were going by Secret Wars number 7.
Secret Wars. So just
the debut of the symbiote costume.
So they would have had to say symbiote or the black costume.
Venom says, "We are Venom." Who is the we we're talking about? We're talking about Eddie fucking Brock.
That's why we call ourselves Venom.
Oh, that's true.
Anyway, that was the only question we missed all night, and I was like, that's bullshit. And we came in first in the subsequent rounds and won $55.
$55 a piece?
No. In total.
So you covered the gas it took to get there.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, can we get those in like Citgo cards, please?
Yeah, but I bet you felt pretty good about yourself.
Oh, we felt fucking great about ourselves, yeah.
Oh, man.
Then I cruised over to Myrto Made, the distillery that's here in Huntersville, and picked up a bottle of, Nate, this is Cafe Mocha vodka.
What? Like you're drinking it right now, or you picked it up for another occasion?
This is it right here.
Oh, my goodness. And here I am with just my little second can in the flavor pack of my canned cocktails. A far cry from, what is it you have? Mocha?
This is Myrto Made Cafe Mocha vodka. I had a taste of it while I was there. I got a drink. I just hung out at the bar for a little bit, and I had a little sip of it, and I was like, that bottle is coming home with me.
Oh, wow. And, so you stopped by the liquor store on the way home from the bar?
No, I went to one bar and then went to a second bar and bought the bottle at the second bar.
Oh, my God. Yeah. You're an alcoholic.
Look, I told myself I was going to drink less.
Yeah, you're going to stop drinking beer.
2026, I'm going to pause on the drinking. And I did really well for a stretch of time. But this week, I host trivia shows, and this week I did a specific trivia set that was a dedication to my dad, who passed away in December. And the first night, I was racked with, like, anxiety and just, like, I felt bad coming out of it. I ran mostly the same set the second night, but the one factor I added in was drinking starting at question number 1. And it was a different world. And I was like, you know what? Maybe giving up alcohol was not the right move for 2026.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
So anyway, doubling down on the alcohol in 2026, which is great for all of the listeners.
Yeah, I get that. And my condolences on air. Obviously, we spoke outside of...
Yeah, we haven't talked about my dad's passing on the podcast proper, because most of the recording we did was
Prior.
before it happened.
Right.
We haven't really recorded a whole lot since it happened, but thank you.
Yeah. Well, let's try and keep the spirits up. I'm glad to see that you had some fun tonight. Did you critique this MC?
Oh my God, did I ever?
Did you go up to the bar after the fact and be like, hey, listen?
I never saw the man's face, but I did hear him over the speaker, and the microphone kept cutting in and out. I could barely understand what he was saying, and when I did understand, it sounded like the Swedish Chef. Like was like all I could make out.
Yeah.
So it was great that there was some stuff on screens.
So you could read the question.
Okay, so what he just said was Wakanda. I get it, you know.
Oh, what was your trivia team name?
Oh, it's Paprika Forever. But going back to the old days.
No, that's some bullshit. You heard me, Daryl.
Hey, we had such a
bullshit.
hard time. We had such a hard time logging into the system that we needed to access to start the game, that we were like, we just got to go to our old standby Paprika Forever. This is the team name. Let's go. We didn't have enough time to come up with something.
Yeah, but when
witty or
Paprika
clever.
is not forever, you can't. I mean,
it's not. Yeah, I guess.
Exactly. We used to be on Paprika's podcast network.
We did in the early days.
I think prior to actually switching, the Quantum Leap podcast was on that network. But
yes.
But as it closed down, we moved on, and
Daryl and German will be back this season.
we hope so.
They are absolutely fully committed. In fact, I asked German tonight because there's a chance. You know, we've got some things coming up this year that are just like, everybody's seen them. There's no way to play spoiled tomatoes with a movie
Right.
like Avengers Endgame. But for a second, I thought, there's a slim chance that German has not seen Interstellar. And he has.
He has. Okay.
He has.
All right. I was going to say, I had already checked it off as one that we would not be able to
We
do.
talked a long time ago, back during the Paprika days, about doing an entire podcast that was called German's Blind Spots.
Right. You mentioned that, I think, at
Yeah.
the last one. Yeah.
Because there's so many movies that he should have seen that he has not seen. So you never know.
Seems to me, German and I should just do a podcast called Blind Spots, because I have not seen Interstellar.
Oh, that is wild, Nate. Holy crap.
It's going to be a first watch for me.
I cannot wait to see Interstellar again.
Yeah. Okay.
I
well,
am very, very looking forward to Interstellar. That's coming up this June, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so we're definitely going to do Spoiled Tomatoes in a little different way this year. I'm not sure if it ever got announced on the podcast, but the spoiled part is coming back to the show.
For the first time.
For the first time. Which is, we're going to have some guests on that will have to rank the tomato score based entirely on our conversation of the movie. So we'll have the movie spoiled for them by them listening to our podcast first, and then they'll have to try and play you in a game. You should have an advantage at that point, I would say.
I don't know. I don't know that I would. Well, in some cases, I definitely will. But a lot of the stuff coming up this season, not to rag on you about Interstellar, but a lot of the stuff coming up this season I haven't seen before.
That's good.
Especially the next few months. We've got Tim Travers. We've got
Frequently Asked
Lola,
Questions.
Frequently Asked Questions. There's a lot of stuff in there that's going to be new to me.
Yeah, which, by the way, for FAQ, Tug has already said that he's not seen that and he's willing to have it spoiled.
I think Tug is the guy to start this off.
He's got to be, right? First one to play. So, a podcast within a podcast. Man, what am I doing to myself tonight? Look.
What are you eating? Yeah, I didn't even ask. Is that a Jimmy Dean sausage sandwich? What is that?
It is.
All right, so here's a funny tidbit about my dad. When I was coming up with my question set this week, I was at home with my mother during the early part of the week, and I was coming up with questions for my dad-focused trivia set. And one of the topics I specifically did not mention, but did make note of in my, prefatory statements during the trivia night, is that my dad, one point in his life, almost ran over Jimmy Dean, sausage magnate and country music artist, with his work truck. And I did not ask a question about Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean, the guy. To the point where my dad stopped. Jimmy Dean looked at him like, what the fuck? He was running on Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle Beach. He was like there performing.
Oh, wow.
My dad almost hit him with his car and was like, wow, Jimmy Dean, what do you know?
Taste for yourself why Jimmy Dean is America's favorite sausage.
Well, I can tell you that this sausage has been in the freezer longer than those olives have been in the refrigerator. So I don't know. Things are fine when they're frozen, though, right?
Yes, I mean, when they're frozen, all bets are off. You know, like all of the Neanderthals they pull out of the ice. That's still good cuts.
Right.
You can still make a sandwich out of that.
Unfrozen caveman lawyer.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm just a caveman. Your world frightens and confuses me.
We do have a time travel topic tonight, do we not? What are we here doing?
In a broad sense, we're talking about Quantum Leap.
Right.
I was like, maybe we talk about like our favorite 3 leaps from the original series. And Nate's like, why don't we come up with 3 totally new leaps that we would have wished we would have done before? And folks, if you've listened to this show from the jump, you probably heard both of us do this thing before.
Right.
We definitely did a Quantum Leap Season 2 primer, or things that we wanted to see out of Season 2 and Season 3.
Right.
And that was when I talked about maybe having Ben Song leap into a dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And we've talked about our favorite episodes of the original series off and on during the course of the seasons, I think. But not specifically, I don't think, the episodes that I'm going to bring up tonight. Because I'm talking about my top 3 Quantum Leap episodes.
Okay. I mean, that was the plan, and I had a lot of difficulty narrowing it down. So I'm basically just going to kind of bring up ones that are worth mentioning.
Sure.
For me, it seems like the Quantum Leap episodes that are the best are clearly just the ones that I remember pretty well.
Okay.
And I don't mean, well, I remember it, it must be good. But it's just sort of like, clearly these things kind of stick with you because I've seen the whole series. And there are plenty of episodes where it's like, what exactly happened in the Dr. Ruth episode? Like, I remember he was Dr. Ruth, but what, you know.
The things I remember from the Dr. Ruth episode are all related to Al and Dr. Ruth
being in the
waiting room.
Yeah, in the waiting room, right.
Where Al finally comes to terms with the fact that he can love Tina, and then 2 episodes later, the relationship with Tina is erased from history by the series finale.
Yeah.
Cute. Very cute.
Well, clearly that's not one of the better episodes, right? So it's like the ones that kind of come to mind when you think about Quantum Leap. I've got some of those. I pulled up the IMDb even here, so I'd maybe just kind of scroll through it and see as we're talking about it. But you actually took the time to say, these are my top 3. 3, 2, 1.
I did.
Okay. That'll be interesting for me to see. I think I have a number 1 also, and I would be interested to guess whether I've got yours figured out.
I'd say I bet we do, but I'm not sure. Now that you've posed that question, I'm not sure.
How do you want to do it? Like 3, 2, 1?
I'll do 3, 2, 1. So starting in the 3rd place, I think that there's always something to be said about the episode of something where you discover it for the first time.
For sure, yeah.
Right? Like, one of my favorite Mystery Science Theater episodes ever is Season 3's Time of the Apes. Right? And that's the very first episode of MST3K that I watched live on a Saturday morning, where I discovered the show. And I was like, oh my God. And it's still one of the top 5 episodes, just objectively, I think I've ever seen. But it's up there for me. And I think I've mentioned on this podcast before that I saw the pilot episode of Quantum Leap when it originally aired, but I was like 7 or 8, and it was just not capturing my attention. And if you've seen the pilot episode, Genesis, it's not something that's going to capture the attention of a 7-year-old who's raised at that point on Knight Rider and the A-Team.
I believe you mentioned DuckTales the last time you brought it up.
DuckTales was also, there was a DuckTales special on that night too, and the DuckTales special led into Quantum Leap, And that's why I was like, Quantum Leap was on the TV. And I remember elements of it, but it was just not that arresting for me. And it wasn't until years later where I, like many people who were exactly my age, were homesick from school.
You're watching Quantum Leap on USA.
And USA was running Quantum Leap every fucking afternoon.
Right.
Where I discovered the show, and the very first episode that I saw in its entirety that like clicked with me was the season 3 episode Future Boy, October 6th, 1957.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's really, really good, where Sam leaps into like the TV sidekick of a sci-fi hero in the 1950s.
Activate the time machine. Stand by the time accelerator.
Standing.
Bye-bye. Activate now!
Oh, boy. And not only is he like a TV sidekick, which I was really into Batman 66 series at the time.
Right, sure.
But the character, Captain Galaxy, who is the main focus of the episode, also believes in time travel and has created a time machine that almost fucking works.
Yeah, it makes it look like he's almost leaping.
You get that tiny leap effect, and the coolest little detail about this episode is that a young Sam Beckett writes into the show asking about Captain Galaxy's thoughts on time travel. And the way Captain Galaxy explains it is that our lives are a string, and if you ball the string up, the days touch out of sequence, and it's essentially quantum leap.
Yeah, Sam's string theory.
So it was a hell of an episode.
It's great. That one's a lot of fun, and it's also touching because it's the thing you didn't mention about Captain Galaxy is that he's an older gentleman, and people think he's going senile. And the reason Sam is there, I believe, is because his daughter is going to try and put him in a home or something. And
Yep.
And it turns out that, he needs some help, but he's not wrong.
Exactly.
And so it was about finding this guy's dignity, allowing him to kind of finish out his television show and kind of prove to his family that, he's not all gone. He's not all lost, right?
Yeah.
That's a great episode.
It's the sort of encapsulation of everything that's great about Quantum Leap as far as a drama series from a science fiction aspect, because that was what hooked me. The moment that hooked me on that show is when the actor that plays Captain Galaxy is in his homemade time machine, and that leap effect kind of creeps in a little bit.
Yeah, like
it's almost gonna work, and it doesn't quite work.
Right.
I was like, whoa, this demands my attention.
Yeah.
And
it kind of looks like the time machine, right?
It does.
He
it's like
makes it's a big
he
chair
sits in like
with
a throne almost.
Yeah. That's a good pick. Good pull.
And season 3 is not where all of my top picks come from, but season 3 is riddled with good episodes because it was in that magic zone where like they found their stride, but they hadn't given into gimmicks yet.
Right. Sure.
And I'm including The Leap Back as a gimmick episode that we just talked about.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
It doesn't come off gimmicky because of how entrenched it is with his goal to get home.
Justifiably, I think the audience feels like they deserve at that point.
Yeah.
The chance to see Sam interact with his home time, the chance to see the roles reversed. I think The Leap Back's a great episode. It's not in my top 3.
It's all right.
But I think it's a very fun episode.
The first one that comes to mind for me, and again, like I haven't given as much thought to this as maybe I should have this week, but the first thing I would mention is the Kamikaze Kid.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to quantum leap through time, you have to be ready to leap at a moment's notice. And to expect the unexpected. God, I'm a dork. A dork with teeth that can pick up radio transmissions.
Oh, boy.
That
Really good one.
is one where he leaps into a teenager that needs to stick up for his older sister. His older sister is going off to, or she wants to go off and join the Peace Corps, right?
Yes.
And she happens to be locked in what turns out to be an abusive relationship. And that was one of the ones that kind of caught my imagination, because I remember like images from that particular episode that really kind of stick with me, like when he sees himself in the rearview mirror of his car, and he's like a nerdy kid with pimples and braces and stuff like that. And that's just kind of like locked in my brain. And you know, it's the kamikaze kid because he drives cars, wants to be a drag racer and stuff.
Right.
And he's got this little girl that sees him romantically. And they do such a great job of creating this family life environment that you can relate to. And I think what ultimately makes this one of my favorites, there are two scenes. And the first one was when Sam stood up for his sister because he discovers bruises on her shoulders.
Yeah.
And he confronts the boyfriend, and he's so dismissive of it. He says, you know, the kind you get when you grab somebody like this. And he grabs the guy by his shoulders and pulls him in close by his throat.
Yeah.
And suddenly this teenager has the strength of Sam Beckett.
Is this the first Sam Beckett roundhouse we get?
No, it's a punch. He does knock
punch.
the guy. He punches him across the hood of his car.
Okay.
But yeah, it is probably the first one where we actually see him lay out a bad guy. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah,
Here's villain A, and Sam's there to, you know, in the end, teach him a lesson. And he gets his sister out into the Peace Corps the way that she would have preferred her life to go anyway. And I mean, there's honestly not a whole lot special about that. It's just quintessential in a way, and one that kind of stuck with me.
Same kind of vibe as Future Boy for me. My number 2 is from season 4. And we have talked about it on the show before.
Okay.
It combines Charles Rocket, who appeared in the Christmas episode that we talked about.
Okay.
It combines Terry Farrell, who appears in Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Yes, and we know how you feel about her.
And do we ever? And Roddy McDowall. It captured me because I was like, this is the potential of time travel. And that was A Leap for Lisa, June 25th, 1957.
Bingo. Hey, Bingo. The ocean makes me feel so sexy.
Oh, boy.
The episode where Sam leaps into Al Calavici as a young man, and at one point during the leap ensures Al's demise.
Oh, yeah,
At which
right.
point, the hologram changes immediately to a man named Sinjin, who is in the imaging chamber, played by Roddy McDowall, and has now replaced Al. And that is the coolest fucking moment to me in all of Quantum Leap.
That's
the moment
great.
where Al disappears and is replaced because Sam accidentally fucking got him killed. And it's Roddy McDowall, for God's sake.
Sure.
You can't get cooler than that. I don't know. That episode was great.
Yeah, it's the time travel thing that the show doesn't normally deal with. You know, like it doesn't usually delve into time travel, believe it or not.
It's really, like normally it's a very straightforward drama series, which is why 7 and 8-year-old Brian wasn't interested in. But give it a few years and then pepper in some of this like headier sci-fi time travel stuff, and I'm like, wow, great.
Yeah.
And I also knew who Roddy McDowall was at that point in my life, you know? So I was like, oh, wow, I cannot believe of all the people to show up here.
Right, sure. Sure.
It's the Planet of the Apes guy.
Like I said, I did not narrow this down to 3, but
that's fair. I mean, yeah.
I think there are 2 episodes that stand out, critically speaking, as ones that define this show. And I'll just kind of list them together because these are ones that I love and deserve acknowledgement, but not the ones that I would say, oh, these are my favorite episodes. But The Color of Truth.
Now all I have to figure out is whose shoes I'm wearing and the path I'm walking. But since I'm here and I'm hungry, how about something to eat?
There's gotta be some mistake.
Biggest mistake you'll ever make, boy. Ain't that right, Toad?
Right as rain, Billy Joe.
All right, you two. Why don't you just cut it out? I don't want to spend the afternoon cleaning up blood, do I, Jesse?
No, you don't.
So why don't you just take Miss Melanie's lunch and get before these boys lose what little control they have?
Miss Melanie's lunch. Yeah, right. Thanks.
Big one. That's season 1.
That one
the first
is
leap into a black man.
Yeah, in the South in the 50s. And
huge episode.
It's a huge episode, and it is credited with saving the show. And it's like the finale. I think the first season was really short, and they were not going to renew the show, except that episode was so critically acclaimed that they brought it back for season 2. And now this is a show was on the bubble practically every season it was on.
Sure.
But that one was great. And the other one that had a very similar response is Jimmy, episode 8 from season 2.
Yes, that's a huge one.
Of course, miracles have a way of turning your world upside down.
Well, aren't you gonna die? Man, you died cool.
Jimbo, what are you doing? Corey, get out of here. Jimmy's supposed to be getting ready for work. Look at you. You're not even dressed yet. You got to learn to start taking care of yourself because I'm not always going to be here to help you. All right, put these pants on. Wear your shoes. Your shoes. Put these on quick. Still got to comb your hair and brush your teeth. Hey, you don't want to be late for this interview because I had to pull some strings to get it, so come on, move it or lose it. Oh, Jimmy, if Mr. Samuels asks, you're not retarded. You're just slow, okay?
Frank, your breakfast ready?
Hurry up.
I'm retarded?
Now, I prefer the sequel, of course, where the evil leaper comes in and replaces the mother.
Hey, look, we've talked about the evil leaper in the past on this show, and whatever misgivings we have, it's hard to beat that moment, isn't it?
When we find out that there's an evil
grabs
leaper?
her and she morphs into somebody else.
Yeah, I mean,
the moment in that episode that fucking bowled me over. There's a scene where Jimmy's mother is out hanging clothes, and Zoe the hologram is right there talking to her. And we have no context for who this person is.
Yeah.
We don't understand their relationship at all. And then later in the episode, we realize she's a leaper, and that was her hologram?
Yeah.
Look, I mean, whatever misgivings Belisario has about the evil leaper, that episode is really fucking good.
I don't know. I think that's the alcohol talking. I like
no. I think the Zoe scene where they're hanging clothes, I'm like, that is expertly done.
Look, it may have been well done, and it's definitely like 90s comic book evil twin kind of bullshit.
Yes,
but it's like
100%.
But it's like also the beginning of the end. Like,
also true.
This is not,
all of this can be true.
This is not what that show is supposed to be.
Like bitchin'. Wait, should this show be bitchin'?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
yeah.
that's not. And
it's a great fucking moment. But Jimmy,
you know, that's the other thing. They take this great episode, and they're like, which is the one that people are going to remember? Let's
that's true
pull
also.
some heartstrings and then twist it all up with some stupid red leaping evil person.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Jimmy, the episode is very good.
Yeah, Jimmy, if you're not familiar out there, Sam leaps into an intellectually disabled. He has to try and keep a job on the docks.
TikTok users will recognize this as the episode where Scott Bakula says, "I'm retarded."
I'm retarded?
Is that a TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
man.
assuming. I mean, like, it's
you're
been
assuming?
chopped up into that one little thing. It's like, ooh,
yeah,
that didn't age well. But hey, it's back now, guys. We can use the R word again, so don't worry about it.
Now, look, this show was incredibly progressive for his time. We've talked about that. So at the time, the show was calling to attention equality in this regard.
Yeah.
So the use of the word was just the parlance of the time.
That's,
as you say. So it was not meant to be offensive by any stretch. And just the opposite, actually, which was Jimmy, his older brother had gotten him out of an institution to come join and live with the family because that's what they were doing with people. And Sam let people realize that Jimmy could hold down a job.
Yeah, like legitimize his release.
That's the good word. Yeah, legitimize it.
Yeah.
And he just kept making these mistakes.
He
just was dropping things and tripping over stuff and, making things harder. And we don't know if that's like the merging that they do or whatever. I don't think so. I think it was just a series of circumstances and how those circumstances could be, well, because of who he is and he made this mistake, it must be because of who he is. Like, he drops all the china and all the china shatters and it's because he's retarded.
Yeah, I think that's really great. It's just a simple mistake. But it's like when we color our opinion of people based on what we believe them to be.
Yeah.
We're kind of front-loading our opinions.
Exactly.
And that was a great episode to underscore that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, as it turns out, one of the bullies on the docks had dyslexia.
Yes.
This was the pinnacle, I feel like, of what you can accomplish with this show.
Yeah, and I have a brother who's disabled, and it's not Down syndrome, but it certainly struck a chord with me when I saw it.
Okay.
When I saw this episode for the first time. He's been disabled his whole life, and this is the reality of what he's had to live with. And so it definitely impacted me in that way.
Yeah.
I think my dad, to talk about my dad again, my dad was largely dismissive of Quantum Leap because it's like, I don't want to watch a show where a guy wears a dress. And I'm serious that was his assessment of the episode.
What Price
Gloria? What Price Gloria in season 2. Yeah, that was the first shift in his opinion of the show. But I was like, there's so much good stuff in here. And that was one of the episodes I really pointed to as a kid. This is something you guys get.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Like somebody dealing with a disability. And they executed and handled it very, very well. I agree. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Before we get to our number ones, let's take a hiatus here.
Okay.
I came up with a couple ideas for leaps that would be fun. I did not flesh out stories like we'd done in the past. And only one of them has a title that I'd really like to share. Because that was the most fun part. It was coming up with the punny title.
Yeah.
Ben's song.
Yeah.
leaps into a preteen boy or a teenager, young teenager, who is an athlete in school.
Okay.
And he's got a father who's overbearing for success.
Is he trans?
No.
Are you sure? Is this new Quantum Leap we're talking
about? Oh, I was like, wait, what are you talking about? No, No, I had not gone down that road. But the idea here is that he's got this overbearing father. So I've kind of incorporated Addison in this, where Addison would play the wife/mother. So here they are, boyfriend, girlfriend.
So this is post-season 2 finale.
Yeah, post-season 2 finale.
Where they're both leaping together. Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So Ben plays the kid, and Addison plays the mom of Ben.
How great.
Who also has to be the wife to the dad, right?
He comes in and like they're making out and is like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, like, yikes.
You guys kiss on the lips?
I mean, I'm sure they would play with those kinds of weird triangle things, right? So, and basically the issue with the episode would be that this father is pushing this son too hard. Okay. You know, like the kind of parent that signs the kid up for so many different sports that they're exhausted all the time and play through the pain and all of this stuff when they're really just a youth at this point and they should just be having fun and playing sports for fun. And that would be the main thing, is trying to open this parent's eyes to the fact that he's pushing the kid too hard, he's making it not fun, and he's kind of ruining this relationship between he and his dad. And the title of the episode is called Ben at All Costs.
Oh! Okay, all right.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's really, really good. The new series in particular really leaned into the puns, so that would have fit right.
Right, exactly. That's because there are fewer puns that you can do with the name Sam.
Yeah, but Ben rhymes with a lot.
Yeah. I guess you'd have to use like leap or whatever. I don't know. And I was kind of thinking along the lines of when Sam leaps within his own lifetime, it's his own lifetime that he's lived up to that point.
Right. The time between when he was born and when he stepped into the accelerator.
But as he gets older now, after the finale, as he continues to get older, that lifetime increases, right? So theoretically, if he's like, what is Scott Bakula's like, 70 now, probably?
Oh my God, is he?
I don't know. It's got to be up there. Oh, Good Morning Peoria. That's a really good one, too.
Good Morning Peoria is really good, yeah.
I just saw that on the screen, sorry.
Scott Bakula is 71, and he was just in a Broadway show with, The Baker's Wife, with Ariana DeBose. That's who it was.
Okay.
Ariana DeBose from West Side Story. They were in The Baker's Wife on Broadway. Or off Broadway.
Well, I guess my point being, like, you could come up with a bunch of story ideas, theoretically speaking. The longer he lives, the wider the span of places he can leap to, correct?
Sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Plus, he's kind of independent of the machine by the time the show is over anyhow.
Oh, yeah. The machine doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. That's why the project and the reboot has been mothballed for years. And Sam has theoretically still been out there leaping around.
We're waiting on your, what? Number 2?
1.
Number 1? Okay.
I'm at my number 1, yeah.
So let me say one more before I get to my number 1.
Sure.
I'll be interested to see if we have the same number 1. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's definitely not Trinity. I can tell you that.
It's not Trinity. No.
None of the episodes from Trinity. God, that is like the worst. I'll take an Evil Leaper episode before
gosh, going back and watching Trinity again.
Yeah, I don't need to do that. Plus, it screws up everything from the leap back.
It does.
Do we love Donna or not? What is going on? Is Donna the girl? And if she wasn't, why did you change her whole life?
I would say that Trinity raises a lot of questions that I don't think we need to raise on this show.
Yeah. Terrible episode. But
Trilogy was the name of the episode.
Oh, what did I say? Trinity?
Trinity, I think so. Yeah.
Trilogy. Yeah, Trilogy.
Trinity's pretty cool. You remember that beginning of The Matrix?
Yeah, I remember that movie. With
Fucking
the black
rad.
leather and stuff. Yeah.
So rad.
Yeah.
I sent 2 units. They're bringing her down now.
No, Lieutenant, your men are already dead.
Cram it, copper top. Anyway, I'm going to go... Okay, I'm going to go MIA.
Oh, no, 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 not the heels, not a woman again. No.
Hey, Jake, they're on their way out. I'm going over the roof. You copy, partner? Jake, you got him? Jake! Jake!
Narc. Oh, boy.
Ooh.
MIA is easily one of the best episodes, one of my favorite episodes. And the shame of it is that the finale fucks it all to shit.
Yeah.
Like, everything that we learn about Al in that episode and everything we learn about leaping and how to deal with loss is just undone.
It's undercut by the finale.
Yeah, so that we can have Janice.
Yeah. I guess,
like, what the fuck?
I guess in a long-term kind of perspective, yeah, like, so we could end up with Janice.
Yeah, so those who aren't
None
familiar...
of us ever wanted to see that woman drugged and left on her floor.
Right? Man, fuck, god damn. Okay, so for those uninitiated, MIA is the episode where Sam leaps into a time period and area that's very close to Beth, who is Al's...
Right, it's his first wife.
Around the time that Beth is waiting for Al to come back from war.
1970.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is that Al has been captured and is in a POW camp for probably the next 6 years. And in that time period, Beth meets someone, falls in love with that someone, and moves on with her life because she believes him to be dead. That's the tragic story of Al when he comes back from the war and Beth has moved on. Yeah. That's the big scar, right, that's left in his life. And I see what the finale's trying to do by fixing that, having Sam fix it. But this episode of MIA taught us that, one, Beth was already considering divorce at that point, before he even shipped out. And she couldn't leave him because he was shipped out.
Right. Like, if he had stayed behind, they would have divorced anyway.
Right.
Is the implication.
Because she felt like he was, you know, a flyboy or whatever, and they just didn't connect the way that he thought that they did. And time, God, fate, or time kept reintroducing this character throughout the course of the show, through every chance meeting that Beth could have, because he wanted her to meet this guy, to love this guy, and for them to be together. And as hard as Sam tried to keep those two apart, they just kept meeting again, because that's what was meant to happen.
Exactly.
And all through the while, Sam is not doing what he was actually there to do, because Al has been convincing him, oh, you're supposed to keep these two apart, you know, and he didn't realize exactly what he was doing.
Right, the last fucking minute, Sam's able to save the day.
Save the day and leap out. But, I mean, it teaches us that Al had a misconception about his relationship. It teaches us that we have to learn how to deal with loss. Some things are meant to be. Sometimes it's just kind of has to be that way, and we have to learn to live with it. And it laid down the rule that you can't leap to help yourself. Yeah. Like, that was the thing. Like, one of the rules was we're not leaping there to change things for ourselves. And all of that gets undercut by the finale with Sam going back to make things right for Al.
Where God tells him, like, you can leap wherever you want, wherever you want. Sam's like, first thing I'm going to do.
And God even, or God or fate or time or whatever that bartender is, even kind of implies that, you know, like, hey, it's time to go fix this.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So it's like
so what was that before? What was all that shit before? God.
Yeah, mixed messages here.
Bruce McGill.
Yeah. Anyway, I love that episode.
That time cop money changed it.
I love that episode independent of its
that is really
response to the finale.
That is a really good one. My favorite, we talked about this.
Yeah.
And I said that this might be the best run of Quantum Leap ever, and that's The Leap Home, parts 1 and 2.
And that's mine also.
November 25th, 1969 and April 7th, 1970, the first and second episodes of season 3, where Sam leaps into himself as a teen and then leaps into Herbert Magic Williams in Vietnam and rescues his brother. That to me is you're only going to watch 2 episodes of Quantum Leap.
Those are the ones to watch.
Those are the ones to watch.
October. No, November. Seed corn. Huh. And where there's seed corn, there's pheasants.
Did you get him?
Lisa?
Sibby said you always shortcut through the corn after practice.
Sibby?
Lisa wants to know if you're taking anyone to the Gobbler Hop after the game.
Oh, boy.
Oh, look, he was shy, but that's ridiculous.
Sam, you scared 10 years out of me.
Yeah, that's my number one also. That's why I wanted to kind of squeeze that MIA in beforehand. And I felt a little cheap doing it because MIA could almost be a prequel to The Leap Home.
I mean, it was.
It was the prior episode.
Literally the episode right before.
Yeah, it was definitely an independent episode, but it wasn't part of the story. You know,
the narrative of
but all
of
the themes that are set up in MIA are revisited
by the end of part
Leap
2 of Leap Home, when Sam had the opportunity to save Al from his fate in Vietnam.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge, too. I meant more in terms of we just told Al that he can't help himself.
And now here
in the
we
very
are.
next episode, Sam is attempting to help himself. It's a great run of episodes, those 3 in a row.
That's the best 3-episode stretch of this show, easily.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Love it.
That is really good.
Yeah. The funny thing about that is that somewhere right there in the middle of it, Sam's just there to win a basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That basketball game.
That's cool because it's so many trivial things that we engage with or do on a day-to-day basis that could have these spiderweb effects on the people that are around us, like his basketball coach, the other players on his team, right?
Yeah. You win the state championship and that coach gets a job that changes his life. You lose, and he doesn't get that job.
I mean, my high school coach went on to coach professional NBA.
Oh, no kidding.
Had nothing to do with fucking me. But I mean, but it happened. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Everything that makes Quantum Leap great just bottled up in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sam. He's still killed in Vietnam.
Sam! Booyah!
Got him. Checking this one.
Tom?
magic. Tom, how'd you know they were there?
Oh, boy.
I stand by what I said when we talked about The Leap Home on this podcast. Part 2, when I was a kid, I didn't really appreciate it as much as Part 1. But
Right.
watching it again now, I'm like, this goes toe-to-toe with it.
Oh, for sure.
It's so emotionally impactful. And those two paired together are just... It's great. I mean, not just in terms of Quantum Leap, but in terms of any show you might watch.
Yeah, it's definitely on the high end, and I believe those are my favorite episodes too. And I mean, there's so much good to pick from. Like we mentioned, What Price Gloria is good. Blind Faith, which is right after that one.
Blind Faith is the one where he's the pianist who loses his eyesight.
Right, but he doesn't lose his eyesight because he's Sam.
Not until late in the episode because of a flash that goes off in his eyes.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just in time. In time. But, you know, like even the pilot of this series is freaking awesome.
It's so good. Now, I mean, show it to a 7-year-old and, you know, your mileage is going to vary. But,
well, sure.
That was me. I'm like watching it and I was like, I just watched DuckTales. And that was way cooler. But yeah, I mean, by any metric.
A lot of times pilots are garbage.
That's true.
Like they don't have it figured out just yet.
Yeah, shows take time to figure out, okay, what makes this show work? And for most shows, it takes about half a season to figure that out.
At least, yeah. And this one, I guess, thankfully had Highway to Heaven to model itself after.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, go back and listen to our episode on Highway to Heaven.
Boy,
that was talk about
that's
good
a great fucking
podcast
pilot.
fodder.
Boy, that is a good pilot. I don't know.
That's a good episode too. Go back and listen to that one.
Highway to Heaven. I can't believe we did an episode about Highway to Heaven.
That was a different podcast, man.
If my grandparents could see me now.
Yeah, it's a different time, a different podcast. Speaking of grandparents, I assume by now you've heard his acceptance speech.
Oh, I did. How good was that?
Wasn't it fun?
Man, he above and beyond.
Yeah, he
Above
really
and
earned
beyond
that
on
MVP award.
Yeah, no, he earned it and reveled in it. That was what I appreciated.
Yeah, I recognized that episode was just kind of a little clip. And I think only, 15-minute episode or something like that.
Sure.
But it
That was
came
good.
together really, really nicely. Everything my father had to say was so genuine and kind-hearted. He called you smart. He enjoyed my laugh.
There you have it, folks.
Yeah, basically. Somebody's got to be the dunce on this show. But then he gave us just like a little bit more about Vonnegut and Slaughterhouse-Five. Like one more thing to think about. And then the transitional music that won MVP for me translated into your dumb story about that cookie.
Really did. Really
so
did.
good.
Really brought the whole fucking mood down, didn't it?
But it's the truth that music can absolutely change any topic.
It's amazing.
It's insane.
It's amazing. I don't know who composed the Space Ghost music.
But
I wish I did.
Yeah.
We can credit Alex Toth for designing Space Ghost, but I don't think he had anything
He probably
to do
didn't
with
do
the
music. Yeah. Somebody at Hanna-Barbera did that.
Really talented. Maybe it was Joseph Barbera or
I
Johnny
think-
Hanna. I don't know what his name.
Johnny Hanna?
Johnny Hanna, yeah. No, I don't know what Hannah's first name was. But I would also say that your dad, on the same token, sent me a very, very thoughtful missive upon the death of my dad that was very tied to Slaughterhouse-Five and this sort of concept of time as this construct that we've kind of built to understand our own progression from one point to another in a linear sense, but that once you've existed, you never really stop existing. It's not like that existence is rendered moot by anything. And so it was very thoughtful, and I got to that point, and again, I named Slaughterhouse-Five as the best piece of media we talked about in season 4 before my dad passed away, but it just sort of reinforced all of that. Like, for me, I was like, this feels like almost God or fate or time.
Yeah.
Has brought this sequence of events into my life to better prepare myself for this life transition. So I really appreciated.
Wow, yeah, that's powerful.
Your dad's input on that. I really appreciated his condolences, and yeah.
Well, it was, I don't know, poor timing or optimal timing, because I happened to be up leaving for the holidays at the time that happened, and shared that with my family, and he asked if he could write you a note. So
I meant the world to me. It really, really did. Yeah,
So.
that was tremendous.
Yes. Well, he ain't an MVP for nothing.
And my dad, he could have been MVP if he was ever on the show, but he wasn't.
Could have been.
Well, there you go.
I would have named him MVP.
No, you wouldn't have. He wouldn't have had anything to contribute to this time travel stuff. I can tell you that.
Well, my father made the same argument. That he
if it was Oh Boy, it's a Bird Calls podcast. Here's Brian's dad, Jim. Maybe then.